tonight the show is on. I love Wellness Wednesday and I love sharing with you little nuggets of information and insights so that you can be better, feel better with yourself. Because, like I said, the topic for today is relationships. And many times we struggle with relationships outside and not noticing the most important relationship we need to have is the one with ourselves. So maybe I have talked about this before, but I think today we're going to be talking about a different way. I like to see things from different perspectives and bring to you little insights and nuggets so that you can see things from a different lens, from a different point of view, so that you can know that their change is possible. Sometimes we're feeling stuck and we cannot figure out ways to feel better. We cannot figure out, like, I'm stuck here and there's no other way. And there is always a better way. There is always another way. So thank you for hopping on. Whoever's hopping on, let me know that you're hopping on live. If you're hopping on a replay, do hashtag replay, and that way I know that you're here. And again, my name is Maaike Science. I'm gonna say this because maybe it's going to be broadcasting also, and I convert these videos into a YouTube video. So my name is Maaike Science, and I started Maaike's Wellness Coaching because I feel that when I made some few changes and very, very simple changes in my body, in the way I was eating, the way I was thinking about myself, the way I was doing the things, like everyday things, changed. When I changed all those things, I started creating a new relationship with myself, and in return, I got a better relationship with everyone around, and I'm still learning. We're all learning. So think about this. When you feel like you're getting to one place, you're done, or you're doing something to reach a goal, and you just look at that goal, look at this as we're never done. We are in life and we're never done with anything we're doing. So whatever you're creating, know that or building or doing in work, in family, in relationships, in business, everywhere. We're never done with the process, because if we were done, we would be dead, right? Like, then there's nothing else to worry about. There's nothing else to be able to figure things out. In the figuring things out is what can bring us so much joy. But sometimes we're just stuck and feeling like there's nothing else we can do. And that mindset just shuts all the opportunity, all the possibility. So it's the way we look at things is how things start changing for us. So what brought me into this is, like, this morning, like I always say, I go for my run and it's my best day because I'm out and about. I'm looking at the sunlight first thing in the morning. And just as FYI, the first thing that you need to be doing every single day in the morning is going out and seeing the light. This is going to do so much for you. And I'm going to touch base a little bit at the end on what are the benefits of seeing the sunlight first thing in the morning. But stay till the end, stay tuned so I can share that with you. So this morning, as I was finishing or doing my run, it's like I see a little shape of a heart in a leaf. I see the lake and I see some junk in the lake, and I'm going to talk about that too. What that brought me to mind. That brought me to mind that many times we're feeling stuck. We're feeling with lethargic. We're feeling with no energy. We feel like we're not creative anymore. We feel that you're not sleeping well at night. You're feeling like you're not getting the energy, or you don't have the weight that you desire, whether it's losing the weight, or you're losing too much weight, or you're gaining too much weight. All those things happen because we are stuck in our body. Like, there's so many things that are creating, like, it's like our body has become a trash can. So this morning when I was running and I see the lake and there's so much trash, and I can see kind of it's muddy and the water just moving like that with all that junk. It made me think about all that junk that we cannot see that is in our gut, is in our intestines. We can have 20 pounds of weight inside our intestines without us knowing. And no wonder we feel so sluggish. No wonder we feel so bad and we cannot sleep, we cannot metabolize, we cannot poop well. Our metabolism is very sluggish, very slow. And what we normally do, what most people do, or maybe what you're doing is like, oh, I don't feel good, I have a headache, I go to the doctor, they give me a pill, right? That pill is not gonna do the work for you. It's just gonna take the pain away because it's a pain reliever, and guess what happens? That goes in your brain. So what that pill is doing is numbing a part of your brain that numbs the part of pain. So you don't have any pain. But is it going to the root cause? No. Actually, it's making it worse because it's taking away all the signals from your own body's intelligence to heal itself. So if you have a headache, if you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling anxious, if you cannot sleep, if you don't have energy, if you have an ache and pain in your body, if you're feeling dizzy or vertigo, all those things are just a little sign in your body letting you know, hey, this is like a red flag. This is a red button, right? Like saying stop. You need to reevaluate what you're doing, how you're relating to yourself, what you're eating, what you're not doing, or what you're doing in excessive things that are really sabotaging your entire health. So that is why I'm very, very and a very high advocate of take care of your daily essentials. What are your daily essentials? If you're taking care of what you're eating, how you're moving, what you're consuming, where is like from our, like what you're consuming, what you're reading, what you're watching on TV, what you are accepting others to tell you or to say, how you're sleeping, all those rituals, all those things. We are an accumulation of what we do every single day. So if you're not happy with how you feel, guess what? You can change it. And you can change it. It's just a decision. So let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you. What are you feeling more consistently? Like, are you having problems with sleep? Are you having problems with your metabolism? You're not digesting well and you're not pooping at the right time. Or you're not, and yes, we'd like to talk about poop because poop is something that it's a very easy, simple way that lets you know that you can see if you're eating the right stuff that is digesting properly, and you can see it right there. So it's a little visual. Maybe it's disgusting for you, but we talk about this in coaching because it's a very natural thing from our human bodies that we do every single day, and that's something visual that you can see. So I want to share with you 2 examples that happened to me this week. And maybe this will enlighten you a little bit about how you can create a better relationship with yourself. Number 1, my brother started texting or sharing with us that he was struggling with vertigo for 3 days, and he was really feeling very, very sick, very bad. Like he could not get off the bed when he's on a go. He's recently 53. And I said, yeah, men also struggle with things. And he thinks he eats well, he exercises a lot, but there's also other things that get in the way. So I'm telling you this because I said, hey, I think I have a little intuition. Can I share with you something that I'm thinking that is happening for you? But in the meantime, I received a little YouTube video that is all about the resonance for 2000, insights for 2023 from a lady that I'm following on YouTube. Very, very insightful. Let me know if you, in the comments later, if you want me to share with you that video, because it was so insightful for me and it was insightful for my brother. So that opened up a conversation. I said, well, would you be okay for me to sharing what I think about what's happening? Because he immediately, guess what? He went to the doctor. First thing is like, what is this thing that I have, this vertigo? And absolutely, they put a condition already, and in his mind, he has this condition. Well, guess what? That condition is like, that's the doctor's way of putting a title or putting a label on something, but we cannot assume that label. We have to do our work behind the scenes of, okay, what is happening? What is the history behind this vertigo? So yesterday or 2 days ago, we had a conversation and he started sharing things that have happened to him. And he is a bike rider. He loves bicycling, but he was not doing it lately. And he started, he said he was attacked 6 months ago in his bike ride. And then he felt like he was uneasy, right? So he was able to escape. But I'm saying that because that gets imprinted in our subconscious mind, and that creates some fear. That creates some fear. And he was on his bike. So guess what? Imbalance, right? So what is vertigo? You're imbalanced. So I was able to recognize that for him. And all these things happen in a conversation. Because if we were not conversing about this, if I was not digging into it questions and sharing some comments, he would not open up with me to share these things. That's why I always like to say, the magic happens in the conversation. When you open up and you trust to someone that knows and has some practice, like a coach, a mentor, somebody that knows how to guide you, that is so powerful. So I suggested him to do some meditation and to create a little night routine that he would not eat like 3 hours before going to bed. And just simple things like that. And he was eating very late. He was eating 9:30, 10 o'clock, just before bed. It's like I asked him, how is your sleep? It's like, it's not been very good lately. I said, okay. So yeah, lately, all these are things that happening. So guess what? The vertigo was there to stop him at the track, to not be able to do anything but take care of himself. And that is a light bulb. That is a way to start creating a relationship with you. It's like reevaluating all the things that he's doing. If he is doing too much for work and not doing anything for himself, well, his work is going to be sabotaged too, and it's going to be lowering his productivity because he's not taking care of himself. So this morning he texted it like, hey, guess what? I woke up early. I did my meditation first thing in the morning, and I'm off to the races for the rest of the day. So it feels really good that I can share those little things and those little insights, and you can receive those too. But guess who needs to take the first action? You need to take the first action in calling and asking for the appointment or asking for someone to help you. If you feel like you're stuck, and it does not have to be me, it can be anybody, but if you're feeling stuck, don't try to solve it on your own, because if you would be able to solve it on your own, you would have been already there. So don't delay. Time is the most valuable, precious time that we have. And if we're not in a good state of health, in a good state of relationship with ourselves, then nothing else matters. Nothing else works. So we are in charge and responsible of taking the best relationship with ourselves. I said I was going to share with you two stories because these are true stories, and I think they are going to be very insightful for you too. So this lady, she's 67 years old. She approached me 2 weeks ago, and she saw a post that she resonated a lot with what I was sharing. And she said, Maaike, I want to learn more, a little bit more about your coaching. And this is someone that I had met since 2018. But right now, she's at a stage in her life that she feels stuck, that she does not feel like herself. She has gained a lot of weight and she's not happy with herself. But she didn't contact me initially for that. She said, Maaike, I want to launch my business, my hypnosis business. And she said that she was a smoker for her entire life for 30 years. And she wanted to quit and nothing had worked. Well, she booked one session of hypnosis with someone. She took that step and she said, okay, I'm going to trust this process is going to work. So she went to the hypnosis session. She had no idea if it was going to work for her or not. She was very, very surprised that that session of hypnosis took care of her smoking. Never, ever again has she been tempted to get a cigarette anymore. That was so powerful for her that she decided to study to become a hypnotherapist. And now she wants to launch her business. But guess what? She's feeling stuck. There is some fear and there's some subconscious thoughts of her when she was a little child that are not allowing her to bring this business to fruition. So see how powerful it is when you share conversation with someone and you share your stories that maybe you have not shared with anybody else. But when you allow that to come out, you don't even notice, but it just allows the other person to bring their gifts to help you. When you extend a hand to somebody else and somebody else extends that hand, magic happens. So I'm very, very blessed and happy that she said, Maaike, I want to have a conversation with you. So we did. She shared her story and we started coaching yesterday. And she started her session saying, I asked her, what is your emotion towards this session today? She says, anticipation. She had no idea what she's getting into, right? She was like anticipating, kind of a little bit nervous. It's like, what is she going to have me do, say, or like she was already kind of judging the situation, but she was open. So we started the conversation. I started navigating her. And within 10 minutes, she said, Maaike, you're amazing. I already feel better. And that is my power. That is my gift. And I don't say this lightly because I have trained myself for so long to be in this place. And I do it naturally because I do it with love. And I feel that this month is a month of love. This is February, and this is a great opportunity to show more self-love to you by opening up, by stretching a hand, by asking for a conversation, to learn more about how you can be a better human being, how you can love yourself again. If there isn't any spot in your life that you feel that you're not being like yourself, like you're not truly being honest to yourself, and you kind of even dislike yourself because you're not feeling like yourself anymore. I know that how it feels because I've been there. Even though maybe you have everything beautiful, your house and everything around you and your business, everything is working well. But guess what? If you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling happy, if you're not in love with who you are, then things are going to start breaking down and your body will start telling you to stop. The body will start telling you to do things in a different way. So that's why I wanted to talk about relationship. The things that we do, the things that we say to each other, to ourselves every single day, the things that we eat, our relationship is in direct relation to the choices that we're making in life, as to the food that we're eating, the way we're moving our body, the way we're conversing with people, the people that we are relating with. So guess what? When you relate to yourself in a better way, you start creating boundaries better around you. It's like you're no longer going to accept others to run over you. You will no longer allow people to talk badly to you. So your relationship to others is in direct relationship to yourself. So let's invert that vision. Instead of you focusing on outside and wanting everybody to change, that's not possible. Actually, that's impossible. So the only person that you can change is you. And when you change yourself, everything else changes as well. So I love this little quote that I listened. I'm telling you, every morning I get into my morning routine, and I don't start my day until I have kind of all my tools that I need for the rest of the day. And I receive them from different ways, from videos, from words, from a text, from like things start kind of happening. But I worked very, very hard in order to have this happen. It's like a quote that I wanted for like an AC guy. I had not started doing that work, and he texted me this morning. It's like, hey, I was able to figure out a lower cost. Can I send you the quote? Bingo. It's beautiful. But guess what? I had him in my mind, and that just happened. So light bulbs, when you remove yourself from the equation, you really think about yourself in a different way, then things start to change. But here's the quote that I wanted to say. Maya Angelou says, if you don't like a situation, do whatever you can to change it. And if you cannot change it, then the way you think about it, change your position, like from where you're seeing at that thing, and you might find a new way to change it. So you are the person who needs to move. You are the one who needs to see things from a different perspective. And sometimes we need somebody else to help us even move our body. Like, let's change this. Let's look at it from this perspective. And I also like to say that when the student is ready, the teacher arrives from unexpected places. So be alert of where the teacher is coming from, but you have to become aware. Maybe it's coming from a song, a book, maybe it's coming from a post, maybe it's coming from a message, maybe it's coming from a text that you're receiving and you're not even noticing. So become aware. But I said at the beginning that I was gonna share, okay, now I'm starting to forget. So that I was going to share, what was I gonna share? If anybody is listening, just to finish out with this note. That's why I don't like to leave to the end something. See, we all forget some things, but that's all right. It will come back to me. So whenever whenever you forget something, here's a little tip. Don't say, oh, I'm always forgetting stuff. Say, it will come back to me, and it will. So the way we speak to ourselves is very, very important, and it's the way that we start relating. Because if you start talking about like, oh, you're very bad at remembering names. I'm very bad at math. I'm very bad at remember things or names. Then you keep on with that story. But as you say, oh, I'm in the process of learning how to remember the names better. I'm in the process of remembering things, or things will come back to me. Then guess what? You open the doors for things to come back to you. So this is a beautiful conversation, and if you want to continue this conversation, if you want to learn a little bit better how to relate to yourself, we can all improve. And I feel that the more we are aware of our body, of our physicality, about our signs that we're receiving, the more in tune that you're there, the more aligned, the better human being you will be, and the longer life you will live with quality of life, because that's the purpose of living. You want to have a better quality of life. I hope this has been helpful. If you want to have more, extend this conversation, feel free to contact me. You can contact me through my phone number, 713-598-2943, or you can send me an email, or you can send a comment below as well. I'm always open to having conversations. There is magic in conversations. And I wish you the best of the days. I wish you a beautiful, romantic, loving month this month. Be the best version of you, because there's no other like you. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.